Hello and welcome to episode 15 of ChatGPT Write Short Stories, a series where I enter something in ChatGPT and it spits out a short story for me to read out loud for you. Let's get started. Today's story: A mermaid ventures onto land to find her missing sister. The Mermaid's Quest. Under the silvery waves of the ocean, in a hidden cove of coral and pearls, lived two mermaid sisters, Nerida and Lyra. They were inseparable. Their laughter echoed through the depths as they explored the vibrant reefs and danced with dolphins. But one day, Lyra vanished. No ripple, no whisper, just gone. Nerida searched the ocean for days, her heart heavy with worry. She asked the whales, the sea turtles, and even the ancient jellyfish, but no one had seen her sister. Despite Nerida's recall, desperate, Nerida recalled the tales of the sea, stories of mermaids venturing onto land only to never return. Her heart pounded with dread, but she knew she had no choice. Lyra was her sister. She would face any danger to find her. One twilight evening, when the sea and the sky were a seamless blend of violet and gold, Nerida swam to the shore. She whispered a spell her mother had taught her long ago, one that would grant her legs on land. The transformation was painful. Her fins split and reformed into legs, her scales fading into pale, delicate skin. Unsteady, she waded ashore, clutching the cloak made of kelp to cover herself. The land was foreign and strange. The air was sharp and dry in her lungs, and the world smelled of earth and grass, a far cry from the salt of the sea. Nerida ventured into the nearest town, her eyes wide with curiosity and fear. The streets bustled with people, and she marveled at their strange way of moving, walking, running, and dancing, all without the grace of water. She approached them cautiously, asking about her sister, describing Lyra's radiant beauty, her flowing hair like seaweed in the current. Days passed. No one had seen her. Nerida's hope began to wane, but she refused to give up. One evening she found herself at the edge of a vast forest. The trees loomed tall and dark, their branches entwined like the kelp forests of her home. Something in the air, a whisper in the wind, called to her. She followed the sound deeper into the woods until she reached a secluded pond. Moonlight danced on the surface, and in the stillness, Nerida saw her sister's reflection in the water. But it wasn't just a reflection. Lyra was trapped beneath the surface, her hands pressed against an invisible barrier. Her eyes pleaded for help. Nerida knelt by the water, tears streaming down her face. "Lyra," she cried, how do I free you?" A soft voice answered from the shadows. "The pond is enchanted. She wandered too far from the sea, and now the land holds her captive. Only someone with the heart of both ocean and earth can break the spell." Nerida turned to see a woman cloaked in green, her eyes as ancient as the sea itself. She nodded, understanding what she must do. Nerida plunged her hands into the ponds, feeling the water's similar coolness. She closed her eyes, letting her heart fill with the love that she had for her sister and the strength she had found on land. She whispered the words of a long-forgotten spell, one of unity between the sea and soil. The pond shimmered with light, and then with a rush of water, Lyra broke free, gasping as she surfaced. Nerida pulled her sister into her arms, really flooding her as they both collapsed onto the shore, safe and together at last. As dawn approached, Nerida helped Lyra stand. They walked toward the ocean, knowing that their journey on land had come to an end. But the bond they had shared had grown even stronger, a bond that could never be broken, whether on land or sea. And so, hand in hand, they returned to the ocean, leaving the land behind, but forever changed by the world above the waves. Not a bad little story. Not a bad little short story. I like that one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Bye.